NBC Sports, home of Super Bowl 56, welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
And welcome to the Divisional Playoffs presented by Intuit TurboTax Live. Both sidelines covered today. Michelle DeFoya down there along with Catherine Tappan. Start with you, Catherine.
Well, Al, Cam Akers was expected to be the Rams' lead running back this season until he ruptured his right Achilles tendon while working out last July. Akers told me they said it was a 6 to 8 month recovery, but I always knew I was looking more towards saving my season. Matthew Stafford told us the first time he heard Cam say that, he laughed. But yet Akers did make it back for Week 18, and in Monday night's wild card win, Sean McVay told us you could feel him. He brought a spark back to this team. Now, just over 6 months since suffering that devastating injury, the second-year pro has come full circle, and he is expected to take the bulk of the carries here this afternoon. Michelle?
Well, Catherine, the Buccaneers' offensive line will not be at full strength today. All-pro starting right tackle Tristan Wirfs, who injured his right ankle in last week's wildcard game, is out. Replacing him will be Josh Wells, who was limited in practice all week because of a quad injury. The Bucs will get back running back Leonard Fournette, who missed the last 4 games with a hamstring injury. Fournette told me he has felt physically great all week and expects to run early and often in this game. Tom Brady told me Fournette is dependable in the run game, pass game, as well as with blitz pickups, and has played great in big games. Brady telling me Lenny loves these big moments, and we're expecting him to come through. Al?
A lot of big moments coming your way today. They talk about, it's the old cliche, perfect day for football. This is a perfect day for football. Clear skies, 55 degrees. Interesting, right off the top here, Matt Gay will kick off. He had a little bit of an issue about an hour and a half ago when he was warming up out on the field. And since the Rams won the toss and have deferred, we're going to see him right off the bat. Darden is back to receive. He's averaged 20 yards per run back this season. Winner moves on to face the 49ers next Sunday in the NFC Championship game, either here or in LA. And off we go from Tampa, fielded at the goal line. Darden taken out of bounds around the 20-yard line. And we're going to take a look first at the Tampa Bay offense.
Tom Brady, Michigan.
Leonard Fournette, LSU.
Mike Evans, Texas A&M.
Tyler Johnson, Minnesota.
Rob Gronkowski, Arizona.
O.J. Howard, Alabama.
Donovan Smith, Penn State.
Ali Marpet, The Hobart College.
Ryan Jensen, CSU Pueblo.
Alex Kappa, Lumberjack Iron.
Josh Wells, JMU.
Start with 3 tight ends and start on the ground. And Fournette, his first carry in over a month is for 11 yards and a first down, tackled there by the safety, Nick Scott.
Little double power here. Going to get the fullback and the tight end and the guard out in front of this thing and just plow right through, which could not have been a better first play for these Buccaneers, because they have to be able to establish that run. They do not want to see this pass rush too much.
Came out throwing last week against Philadelphia, come out running this afternoon here. That's Braid again, the tight end playing fullback. Once again, here goes Fournette and another first down. Braid led the way, so Fournette gone with that hamstring over a month. 2 carries here, 2 first downs.
Same play, opposite direction, but this way, you want to take on the Rams defense, you have to take care of Aaron Donald. That's exactly what they were able to do. So all the penetrating, all the upfield, all the we want to go rush Tom Brady, put on hold right now while the run defense is having problems.
Sinney is eligible, number 64 on this play. Once again, they call Fournette's number, and the Rams are finally able to stop him after a very short gain. It'll be 2nd down and 8. The Ram defense, middle of the pack in almost every category. Tom Brady against the Eagles last week came out throwing, threw for 271, 2 touchdowns, and a very good rating. As tonight, or today, this game will end tonight, by the way. We're just used to being night animals. He's making his 47th postseason start. Bruce Arians in his 3rd season as the Tampa Bay coach, as Brady retreats. goes to the sideline, and trying to come up with the ball is Scotty Miller along the sideline, and he cannot, as we take a look at the Los Angeles defense.
Ashawn Robinson, Alabama.
Greg Gaines, Washington.
Aaron Donald, Pitt.
Von Miller, Texas A&M.
Troy Reader, Delaware.
Traven Howard, TCU.
Leonard Floyd, Georgia.
Darius Williams, UAB.
Nick Scott, Penn State.
Terrell Burgess, Utah.
Jalen Ramsey, RPT.
Bring in Giovanni Bernard, the former Bengal, had a big game last week. Flare him out, and on third down, that pass is incomplete. He tried to get it to Gronkowski. Darius Williams covers, so 2 back-to-back runs, 2 first downs by Fournette, and now Tampa Bay will punt.
Put Gronkowski on the single receiver side over here and just going to try and big body the defensive back, Darius Williams, down the field, but Williams able to get in there and break that one up. So good runs, not so good passes, and the Rams offense will get their shot.
Bradley Pinion to boot it down to Cooper Kupp, who won the Triple Crown in receiving this year. From time to time, runs back kicks. Won't hear, though. It skids into the end zone for a touchback. Rams take over after that 57-yard boot, 37 net, no score early on. Back to 79, the Bucs were in their 4th year of existence. Rams beat them 9-0 in the NFC Championship game. Advanced to the Super Bowl where they lost to Pittsburgh. And that game was in their home area, even though they were playing at the Coliseum. That game was played at the Rose Bowl. So the Rams, in a way, trying to duplicate that feat to a degree. Win here, win next week at home, and then host the game on the 13th of February. First play for the Rams. Stafford throws to the 26-yard line. Odell Beckham Jr. came over in midseason from Cleveland. He's been a godsend for this team, especially after they lost Robert Woods, gain of 6 there.
He's getting hotter and hotter and getting more integrated into this offense every single game, and especially down in the red zone. He has really become a threat. It had always been sort of Cooper Kupp or bust, no more.
2nd down and 4. Stafford puts it out here to Akers, the safety valve. There goes Cam. Catherine talking about him and the surgery. Comes back from an Achilles tear. First down. Let's take a look at the Rams offense.
Matthew Stafford, University of Georgia.
Cam Akers, Florida State.
Cooper Kupp, EWU.
OBJ, Ham University.
Van Jefferson, Florida.
Tyler Higbee, Western Kentucky.
Joe Noteboom, TCU.
David Edwards, Wisconsin. Brian Allen, Hinsdale Central High School.
Austin Corbett, Nevada.
Rob Havenstein, Wisconsin.
Big man missing is Andrew Whitworth, nursing an ankle injury. Called him Papa Bear at the age of 40. Hope to have him back if there is a next week for the Rams. Akers is the running back. Off play action. Stafford fires, and that is caught, and that's Cooper Kupp, who won the Triple Crown. Most receptions, most receiving yards, most receiving touchdowns this season. Spectacular year, gain of 17 here.
But if you ask Matthew Stafford, he'd say, how did that play work? It took a long time to develop because Joseph Noteboom, who's taken over from Whitworth, now has had back-to-back plays with perfect pass protection. And if that keeps up, it bodes well for these Rams.
First down from the 48-yard line. Akers. And he'll get pushed back. Flag is down. Sean Hockley is the referee. We will hear from him for the first time today.
Holding. Offense number 55. 10-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
That's the center, Brian Allen, and he will have his hands full all day long.
Sometimes chasing linebackers is not a lot of fun, especially when they can run like these two guys. So you see Allen trying to hustle his way across there to catch up to Devin White. He caught up, but not in the way you're supposed to.
Back to the 42. It's first down and 20. Stafford has started 3 for 3. Protection begins to break down, but he slides to his left, and he finds Beckham. OBJ close to a first down. So Stafford able to avoid the last second rush, just steps off the spot and hits on a 1st and 20, a gain of 20 for a first down.
Once again, that time they came with the blitz off the left side, and so far we're seeing Stafford finding his 2nd and 3rd receivers because of all the time.
They go quickly here. Downfield, that's caught at the 10-yard line. The tight end Tyler Higbee makes that grab. And the Rams have it at the 9 on a first down and goal.
Rob Gronkowski knows this play. If you end up with a 3-deep look in the secondary, what you're trying to do is split the safety in the corner in that little space. And so far the Rams, and so far Matthew Stafford has just been perfect.
That's good for 29. Stafford is 5 of 5 for 82 yards. On the ground, gain of 1. Akers, 2nd down and goal.
It is very interesting, really, when you begin to think about this football team and Sean McVay and what they did running the football. They ran it 2/3 of the time in that game a week ago. McVay had never done that, and you wondered whether or not it would carry over to this one or not. So far, they've been more than happy to throw the ball, and the protection's been terrific.
That's the matchup. McVay calling plays. Bowles on the other side, the defensive coordinator. 2nd down and goal. Stafford fires, tipped and incomplete. Jamel Dean got a hand on it, making it 3rd down and goal. 7 minutes into the game.
Wow, did the Rams catch a break on that one? That was just a horrible throw in here, trying to get it to Kupp, and it had to be 4 yards behind him. I don't know if he thought Kupp was going to stop or it got away from him, but that one was much more in the direction of Jamel Dean.
That's man bites dog when he and Kupp are not on the same page. Sony Michel is now the back. The former Patriot came over at the beginning of the season. Play clock at 0. A little toss to the end zone, and that's incomplete. Intended for Van Jefferson. Carlton Davis covering on the play, so the drive bogs down, and the Rams settle for a field goal attempt.
Really interesting, isn't it? You end up with Cooper Kupp and Odell Beckham, and you end up throwing it to Van Jefferson on the one-on-one route against the best cornerback for the Bucs. Not sure exactly why.
Matt Gay now, a former Buccaneer, hasn't kicked well in this stadium, been pretty terrific everywhere else, but this one is banged through for a 3-0 Rams lead in this divisional playoff game. Perfect day in Tampa, Florida. This mid-January Sunday, 3-0, the Rams on top. Gay to send it down 2 yards deep in the end zone. So the Rams defense, Aaron Donald, of course, a lot of people think he is the best player, period. Position notwithstanding. First team All-Pro each of the last 7 seasons. Jim Parker going all the way back, the Colts tackle back in the late 50s and mid 60s. Bill George was the Bears linebacker, the last 2 guys who can say that. So it's been that long. And Aaron Donald, he gets stronger as the game gets longer. So many sacks coming late in the game. Here they give it to Fournette. And he gets bottled up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. 2nd down.
You know, it was always tough enough when you had to deal with Aaron Donald, but then Leonard Floyd started playing awfully well on the opposite side. Then they signed Von Miller, who's had 6 sacks in their last 5 games. So you look across the board, if you're Tom Brady, you're thinking, if I'm throwing, it's coming out fast.
Brady picking up the pace right off the beginning here. That pass is incomplete. Gronkowski was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down and 9, and Brady has started 0 for his first 3.
Well, and it gets frustrating because if you try and run the football on 1st down and not successful, what you get are those soft zone coverages by the Rams on the back end. And why do they do that? Because they know very quickly their pass rush is going to get there. So there's only so many throws you can make from the quarterback position.
5-man rush. They send Ramsey, and that pass is knocked down. Aaron Donald creating havoc once again. So a quick 3 and out, and Brady is now 0 for 4.
And then when you least expect it, here comes Aaron Donald around the edge. And this time they are just trying to match him up against Josh Wells. Remember, Tristan Wirfs not in the game, and they are putting their best against the new guy on the outside, and it paid off there.
They're going to record that as a fumble recovered by the offense. Brady's arm coming forward. Regardless, it's the Bucs ball, and it's a 4th and 9. Brandon Powell goes back to receive this kick. Bradley Pinion, his first boot was 57, but resulted in a touchback. 24-yard line is where Powell pulls it in and brings it back to the 28. A little bit more than halfway through the opening quarter in Tampa. 3-0 Los Angeles. Blige and Kendrick Lamar. On the Gulf Coast, back to action. Rams' second drive here begin at their own 29-yard line. Play action. Stafford steps up, fires. That's caught, and that is Beckham making the grab. Close to a 1st down. They changed that. We mentioned that they had initially ruled it a fumble on this play. It was not. Went back and called it just simply an incomplete pass. Pretty clear right there.
Pretty amazing by Brady and get his arm hit like that and hang on to it.
Forward progress for OBJ. Takes him to the 38-yard line. 2nd down and 1 now.
Starting to see some of the pressure looks out of the Bucs now too.
Stafford, he's going to go deep. Wobbly pass, and it's incomplete. Intended for Jefferson. Flag is down. Jordan Whitehead on the safety blitz here. Flag down. It was a 2nd down and 1. Flag is down at the 50-yard line downfield.
There was definitely a hold or interference.
Defense number 35. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic 1st down.
It's on Jamel Dean.
It's a good route on the outside by Van Jefferson. Is going to break to the post and then come back out. And on the break out, that's where Dean is going to grab him right there. Good call.
Stafford takes a little shot at the end there.
Yeah, you are not going to be moving the ball for long against Todd Bowles and not see those pressure looks. Matthew Stafford has been tremendous this year, the best throwing against the blitz, but that will not stop the Bucs or Todd Bowles from calling him.
Yeah, Stafford's rating against the blitz is the best, and Tampa Bay blitzes about 43% of the time. Up near the top of the league on 1st down now. That is going to be grabbed for the 2nd time by Higbee. His 2nd catch, 1st down. Here's the Tampa Bay defense.
Ndamukong Suh, University of Nebraska.
Vita Vea, UW.
Shaquille Barrett, Colorado State. Levante David, Liberty City Warriors.
Devin White, GLS. Jason Pierre-Paul, Deerfield Beach.
Carlton Davis, Auburn. Jordan Whitehead, Pitt.
Antoine Winfield Jr., Minnesota.
Jamel Dean, Auburn.
Sean Murphy Bunting, Central Michigan.
That defense 5th in points allowed, 5th best. 3rd best against the run. 2nd and 1. Nice little hole there, enough to pick up the first down. Cam Akers to the 35-yard line. Started with Darrell Henderson as their #1 back. He got hurt, brought in Sony Michel, and now they've got Akers.
Yeah, and they both have Cooper Kupp blocking for them. Despite all the incredible receiving numbers he has put up, I think the thing that impresses most of us about Cooper Kupp is that he's almost another guard in there. Some of the blocks that he has to make against linebackers and defensive ends, and he doesn't care. He just is happy to be out there, and he is always in tight, and he is always a part of that blocking scheme.
Has the pedigree. Dad and granddad both played in the NFL. And Stafford just has to flip it away. Pressure put on that time by Ndamukong Suh. Little chit-chat going on right there. Now you got a flag. Suh, a one-time teammate of Stafford with Detroit.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, taunting, number 93 defense. It's a 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down. First foul of that type.
Well, it's not a good idea to run a naked bootleg and not even touch Ndamukong Suh. He comes straight through, and great job really by Stafford there. And what I heard Ndamukong Suh say was, did you see him kick me? And there was a little contact at the tail end of that thing, and then that cost the Buccaneers.
So the two one-time teammates, a little spat to the Rams' advantage. 15-yard penalty, ball at the 19-yard line. Akers to the short side of the field, makes the most of it, puts his head down behind blocks from Brian Allen and Van Jefferson, both first down.
It's not the only one with wide receivers blocking. Watch coming all the way on the outside here. You're going to see Jefferson with the seal block to the inside, which is going to give Akers that extra bit of room, and just barely stepped out. But a second and very, very short in this part of the field is going to be fantastic, as is Cam Akers. What a remarkable story he is.
Marked it just shy of the first down as he went out along the sideline, and now Stafford will keep it himself. Sneaked for a touchdown on Monday night in the wild card game against Arizona. Doesn't run very much. 1st and goal now.
You know, one of the interesting things I'm seeing so far with Tom Brady, they are working over Josh Wells, the replacement right tackle for the Bucs. But so far, Joseph Noteboom, the replacement left tackle for the Rams, has held up just fine.
Rams have gained 115 yards in the quarter. Bucs only 24. 3.5 to go. 1st and goal. A roll, a throw, and a touchdown. Kendall Blanton, the backup tight end. So a reverse roll. Stafford coming away with it, finds his man, gets it in for the touchdown.
You never know for sure, but it sure looks like that Devin White is going to be responsible in coverage, and once he blocks down, Devin White said, I'm going to get the quarterback, and left nobody guarding his man.
First touchdown of Blanton's 2-year career. He caught all of 4 passes this season. Stafford's now throwing for 106. Gabe boots it through, and with 3.5 to go in the quarter, the Rams are on top against the defending champions, 10-0. Divisional playoffs tonight. Great game, Buffalo, Kansas City. Jim Nantz, Tony Romo have that for you on CBS at 6:30 Eastern. And then you've got next week, CBS has the AFC Championship game. Fox with the NFC Championship game to be determined. We know San Francisco is in it, and we know this run back is to the 26-yard line by Darden. Brady in the postseason, 47 starts, 35 wins, 85 TD passes, the most by a ton in every category. You think about it, 47 games is the equivalent of about 3 full regular seasons.
It's insane. I mean, it's just insane. This was the #1 passing offense in the NFL by 25 yards a game. Think about that. And your quarterback's 44 years old.
It's in an NFL record. Most completions in the season. Has to dump this one off to Fournette. That is his first completion. And Fournette's been the big man. He's picked up all 3 first downs.
Yeah, and here comes Donald. Anytime you're trying to work against Aaron Donald, you have to do some things to slow him down. And #1 on that list is throw some short screen passes to the outside. And it's not a bad thing to have a 240-pound back out there now running loose in the secondary.
Gain of 13 on that play. Play action, look out. Brady under pressure, steps away from the sack. Fires, hits his man, hits Gronk. And Gronkowski all the way to the 33-yard line. Von Miller pressured Brady, got away, fired a strike over the middle. It's a gain of 29 yards.
Sometimes when you have somebody you really trust, you go when you need them most. And here's Gronkowski. Watch him just fight his way free here after the escape of Von Miller. And it's Gronk that gets this offense started. Pretty good by a 44-year-old guy.
2 minutes to the end of the quarter. Keep it on the ground here again. Short gain. Fournette. Fournette's the guy there minus Ronald Jones. He would be their backup guy, but he too is hurt. Bernard comes in on 3rd down. There's Byron Leftwich, prospective head coach, maybe next year somewhere. He's going to got some interviews. Another prospective head coach and a one-time head coach here with Tampa Bay, Raheem Morris, the Rams defensive coordinator. All 4 coordinators in this game with interviews over the past week or in the near future.
And all 4 very, very, very qualified.
And the 2 head coaches. McVay will be 36 tomorrow. Arians will be 70 next October as the pass is caught inside the 30-yard line here by Scotty Miller. Going to make it 3rd down.
Are you at all surprised we haven't seen a hurry-up offense, that we haven't seen what we typically see out of the Bucs in these kind of situations? When you have a great pass rushing team, Brady typically wants to get back there, throw a lot of consecutive passes, try and wear down the defense and break their backs that way, and yet they've started out the whole game in the huddle.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think they tried one hurry-up play on the last drive. Nothing here. The full huddle. Play clock goes all the way down. It's a 3rd down and 4. And that is fired and incomplete to make it 4th down. Cameron Braid, the intended receiver, with 37 seconds left. And in comes the field goal group.
Good job by Justin Hollins to recognize that one just as it was starting to happen. But at least the Bucs put something together there, because you do not want this game going. Sometimes you play against a team, they beat them twice with Tom Brady at quarterback, and sometimes different teams, your confidence level can go down.
Ryan Suckup, a 45-yard attempt. Pinion to hold it. And the kick is good. That makes it 10-3, and we'll be back in 30 seconds after this from AWS.
Gasparillo going on. A lot of Pirates running around Tampa.
You and me included.
I made it.
Brandon Powell lets that one fly, and it actually goes out before it hit the goal line, or got to the goal line. So that's going to bring it out to the 40-yard line. If it bounds out
of bounds,
which it
by
does.
The kicking team. The ball will be placed at the 40-yard line. It's 1st down.
So that is a 15-yard difference from where it would have been spotted. Bucs defense, the expected starters on opening day, this is the first time that they've all played together. They've been mixing and matching and having injuries left and right and the whole thing. First time all season, pretty opportune time, that the whole defense that was expected to start opening day plays together. They all come back from the Super Bowl last year. And there's Todd Bowles, who's done a masterful job on that side of the ball here. So the Rams now. Stafford, 8 of his first 11, has already thrown for over 100 yards. Begin this drive with Akers going nowhere. Swallowed up. At the line of scrimmage, it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, no matter what you do trying to run the football, if you see number 50 in the game for the Bucs, that is a headache. Vita Vea is just one of those dominant interior players. We've seen a few in the history of this league, but that is the guy almost impossible to block. Brian Allen gets that task today.
Double V weighs in at a svelte 347, and before the snap, end of the quarter. 10-3 Los Angeles. You're watching the divisional playoffs presented by Intuit TurboTax live. Now Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Tafoya, Catherine Tappan. Start the second quarter. There's your quarterback comparison. Stafford off to a good start. A touchdown pass in 106. Brady, meanwhile, trying to find his rhythm. 3 out of 8. It's 2nd down and 10 as the Rams start the second quarter from their own 40-yard line. Stafford under pressure. Gets sacked at the 30-yard line. Sue is there first. Bay is there second. Combined for the sack. Make it 3rd down and long.
You can say anything you want about the protection on that one, but this is a total coverage sack. Matthew Stafford's been standing in the pocket and looking around here for quite a while, but there was nobody open, and Stafford had no choice but to eat that one. So the defense now waking up the Bucs.
3rd and 20. Stafford going for it all. He's got a wide open man. It's Cooper Kupp who gets free, and Kupp rolls all the way to the end zone. On a 3rd and 20, there's a late flag. Just got picked up, in fact. 70 yards. McVay looking downfield, talking to one of the alternate officials about what that was all about. But everybody heading down toward the end zone.
The ruling on the field is a touchdown. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct by the defense number 54 for taking his helmet off and slamming it to the ground. This 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff by LA's choice.
That's on Levante David. So he slams the helmet down in frustration. And on a 3rd and 20, Cooper Kupp goes 70 yards. Matt Gay to tack on the 17th point, which he does to make it a 14-point LA lead. 43 seconds into the second quarter.
The Bucs blew coverages in the first matchup, and here you're going to see Carlton Davis trying to talk to his safety Mike Edwards on the back end. This is a 2 deep, and yet Edwards goes with the post player down the middle in Jefferson and leaves that hole wide open. He turned his back against Cooper Kupp, and they just give it up. Watch him turn to the inside here. Stafford's going to draw him with his eyes, and that is day one install, simple 2 deep coverage that they completely screwed up.
Well, Davis has seen this act before. He saw it in week 3 with Deshaun Jackson in Los Angeles on a 75-yard touchdown.
It was a miscommunication in week 3. It was a miscommunication here, and the Bucs are just messing it up against the Rams this year.
And a couple of big penalties. That one on Sue was very costly, kept that drive going. Rams got a touchdown out of that one. Now you've got another 15-yarder, which the Rams will take on the kickoff here. And enable Gay to pooch it down to the 10-yard line. And the tackle is made at the 14-yard line. Let's go to Michelle.
Yeah, Al, I spoke to Levante David coming into this game. He said communication was a big problem on defense in the earlier meeting with the Rams. And he told me we're a lot different now. Our defense is healthy. He said we have to have people in the right places, get bodies on guys, and make contact right away. Our communication has to be tremendous. One misstep, Matthew Stafford can shred you. And we just saw that, Al.
Yes, we did. And Matthew Stafford's already thrown for 176 yards in less than 16 minutes.
Yeah, he had 343 yards in the first one, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Hot start today for him. So the Buccaneers down by 2 scores. Fournette, you know, you'll talk about Stafford on that last play. We're in the yeah but time of year, right? It's the yeah, it's the playoffs. And everybody can have a great career, but it's always yeah, but. That's Matthew Stafford, but so far so good for him today.
So far so good, and he picked the right opponent so far. This has been the team that he's played some of his absolute best football against, and for a Buccaneers defense that very rarely makes mistakes, they have made a lot against the Rams.
2nd down and 7 is Brady. Flips it to the outside and drop. So nothing going right for Tampa right now. Mike Evans with 8,000-yard seasons on his resume drops it there, 3rd down and 7.
So the conversation has been like this for me this week. What do you think about the game? And I would say I think the Rams have a better team, but the Bucs have Tom Brady. And I've seen this show too many times to think that Tom Brady is not going to end up making this a game. He's played in 5 playoff games with the Bucs, at least 30 points in every one of those, and he's going to keep scoring now.
And 5-0 is Brady, 3rd down and 7. And that is intended for Evans, and that's Ramsey covering on the play. So it's 4th down, and Brady is now 3 out of 10.
And here's the matchup that everybody wants to see. Jalen Ramsey, maybe the best cornerback in football, against Mike Evans, one of the very best in any one-on-one type situations. And right now, Ramsey's saying, not on my watch.
Bradley Pinion, his 3rd punt. Powell is back there. Hauls it into the 29 and takes it to midfield. 13:18 to go in the half. A look at the beach in St. Petersburg across the bay.
If there is an early start of this game, it's that guy right there, Joseph Noteboom. Questions without Andrew Whitworth. Could they hold up at the key left tackle position? And so far, Noteboom has been tremendous against Jason Pierre-Paul. And that has added to Matthew Stafford's confidence, his ability to hold the ball, scan the field. And he is a big reason why the Rams have this lead.
And played well here last year in the Monday night game when the Rams beat Tampa Bay. Whitworth was hurt in that one, and Noteboom did a good job. 1st down from the 49-yard line. Can't get out of the backfield this time. Raheem Nunez-Roches makes the tackle right there. On Akers, it's a loss of 3.
They have some of the biggest, fastest, quickest guys playing nose tackle. Watch this little backdoor play here by Nunez-Roches, who played a lot when Vita Vea was hurt a season ago. And he played just like that.
On 2nd and 13, that may have been tipped and incomplete. JPP was there to make it 3rd down and 13.
You know, it's interesting. One of the things that the Bucs talked about was that when Matthew Stafford throws interceptions, sometimes it's when he's at his most confident. And I would think he is at his most confident right now.
He's 9 out of 13 for 176. Very deep drop. Pass is high and incomplete. Beckham, the intended receiver, so the Rams quickly out on 4th and 13.
Really big defensive stop that time for the Bucs, because clearly they left the field knowing they'd made a big mistake on the last one. Everybody was mad. They went over to the bench, got their act together, and came out and got the ball back for Tom Brady.
Darden back to receive. Johnny Hecker. He's been tremendous. Undrafted out of Oregon State. Been a Ram since he was signed 10 years ago. Only one touchback off a punt this season. And that one will be almost down at the 1, but no. He had that one touchback, and then, of course, we put the kibosh on him right here. After the 20, it comes for Tampa Bay. We talked about the coordinators, all 4 to be interviewed for head coaching jobs. Raheem Morris, Rams defensive coordinator, was the head coach here in Tampa Bay, interim in Atlanta. Todd Bowles was the head coach with the Jets for 4 years, and then his Leftwich, the offensive coordinator, and Kevin O'Connell, the Rams offensive coordinator. Could this be the next branch off the McVay tree? It's already been flourishing from the 20-yard line now on first down. Brady hit as he throws from behind by Von Miller. Miller got to him this time. Incomplete, second down and 10.
It's almost not fair to put this group together, but watch Von Miller, and he is starting to look like Von Miller again. When he starts turning the corner like that and gets that one-arm stab going, very difficult to stay in front of.
Second and 10. It's fired over the middle and caught up at the 22-yard line by Tyler Johnson. I'd say for Brady, he's had a whole cast of characters. Remember, they lost Godwin to a torn ACL. Antonio Brown disrobed himself off the roster at the Meadowlands. Meanwhile, Evans is his key guy, but he hasn't connected with him yet tonight.
There you go.
Speak of.
Good doctor.
First down. There you go.
You fixed them free of charge.
We do kiboshes, and we get guys healthy.
And it's also the quick release. So all the above that I kept thinking I was going to see, now we're finally beginning to see it after that first down.
Quick throw to the outside, and they go right back to Evans. So back to back. Gain of about 4 there. Second down and 6.
They're going to stay with the tempo, and this is going to help this offensive line as well.
Pressure coming. And that one is also incomplete. It's a traffic over the middle. Tyler Johnson, the intended receiver. 3rd and 6 for Tampa Bay.
Anytime they blitz that inside linebacker, it allows Aaron Donald to be in a one-on-one situation. So you blitz here, and now you get the one-on-one there, which is exactly what they're hoping for against Josh Wells.
Pressure again. Brady steps up, fires. Evans has been his man. Takes it into Rams territory, breaking through tackles to the 43-yard line, and that gets the crowd back into it.
Well, they're playing Buccaneers football now. You've got Miller coming hard around the edge. So just get the ball to your playmakers out there. Good job by Smith to run him by. Because when you have a body this big, like Evans, look at Ramsey. He's trying to play official. He's going, what? You can let him run right into me and knock me around like that 10 yards deep? What?
3 receptions on this drive. Why not? Call his number again. Picks up 7. Makes it second down and 3. Again, Miller that time with a flag on the play, putting the heat on Brady.
The result of the play is a completed pass and second down. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 12. This is a 15-yard penalty enforced after the play. It's second down.
Wow, that's on Brady.
And Brady was mad because Von Miller gave him a shot at the end of this play. And we even heard Tom Brady talking this week that he gets away with a little trash talking with opponents and the officials. Don't know what was said, but it was not to the liking of Hockey League. Wow.
That's 3 15-yard penalties against Tampa Bay, and he's got a few more words to say.
Wow.
So instead of 2nd and 2, it's 2nd and 17. Little floater. Fournette makes the grab. First down. Needed 17. Got about 19. David Long with the coverage on the play. Perfect moon ball.
Sure was. And you're going to get Fournette right around the edge. And Brady's going to go with him. Because once you go out into the flat, those defensive backs want to react up. You could see they're looking in the backfield. And that's the kind of receiving threat that Fournette can be. And Tom Brady might be bleeding a little bit from that hit he was complaining about.
Get a closer look as soon as we can. That's going to be caught by Fournette, but for a gain of only 1. That's Eric Weddle, 2 years retired, came back last week, makes the stop. Yep. Lower lip,
yeah.
Maybe? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he's saying, Your Honor, I'd like to present my evidence.
Hockley not buying it. 2nd and 9. Brady fires, and that's dropped. Try to go to Tyler Johnson again over the middle. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, and there's Eric Weddle coming in, coming off the beach or wherever he was. He was long gone, but he said we need help with our safety position. They were missing Taylor Rapp and Jordan Fuller, and he came out of retirement, and one of the smarter guys playing the game fit right back in. He had been really staying in contact quite a bit with Sean McVay and knew he could help.
McVay loved him when he had him a couple of years ago. 3rd and 9. Pressure on Brady. Hit as he throws, and it's going to be taken off the ground, incomplete, a bounce to make it 4th down, 4th and 9.
You know, Al, to take it all the way back now to what happened with Tom Brady, he wasn't arguing it was a late hit. He was arguing it was a blow to my head, and that's why it should have been a penalty. And he probably turned around and said, look at the blood. Trust me.
That's the first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty of his career.
Please do.
That's right. Sooner or later. 48-yard attempt here for Ryan Suckup. Binion puts it down, and that kick drifts no good. Wide to the right. First miss of his playoff career. The bloodied Brady. His team down by 14. Raymond James Stadium, site of the Super Bowl last year. Bucs won it over Kansas City, trying to host the NFC Championship game next week. Rams, of course, have other ideas with the 49ers to play on the road wherever. On the 38-yard line, they start on the ground. Short game, 2nd and 8.
Matthew Stafford has certainly lived up to it so far in this game. 9 for 14, 176 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and a couple of Mahomesian kind of throws from different arm angles, and he has just been on the money. Got away with 1 throw in the end zone that could have been intercepted. Other than that, nearly flawless.
Stafford comes this way after looking the other way to Akers. Tackled up at the 45-yard line. Makes it 3rd down and 3 for the Rams.
And a little Roethlisberger pump fake for good measure as well. Check this one out, Al. He had my eyes going. 3rd down. Now this is really where you need that play, right? They're going to go to their favorite formation. Bunch to the right, tight end running back down to the bottom. They have all kinds of combinations at the top of their screen with those 3 wide receivers.
5 eligible receivers here. Quick throw out here to Akers. Spins away, breaks tackles, and that nets him the 1st down. Had him stop behind the line of scrimmage. Instead, he gets to the 50, moves the chains.
Great big-time play here by Cam Akers. It really is. So they go opposite those 3 wide receivers. A one-on-one tackle situation against a very good tackler on the outside, and Edwards, and he escapes and moves those chains. Big-time play.
at the 50. Stafford has thrown for 187 in the half. Tight formation. They sent Jefferson now on a wing. He was in motion to give it to Akers. A little confusion on that play, and that's only a yard to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp playing traffic cop out there, trying to get all his receivers and players in the right spot. Remember, it's Cooper Kupp who comes in at 6 a.m. every day with Matthew Stafford and watches film for hours, and he's like, man, get over there. What are you doing? Wrong formation.
2nd and 8. Stafford keeps it. Gets to the 44-yard line. Devin White makes a stop right there. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Do you think Matthew Stafford's getting a little sick of hearing all the noise?
You think?
I mean, you know, he's come out here. He was great in the game last week and come out here, and now here he is, another big 3rd down situation. And why this is so key is that basically they've got a chance to really work this clock down and protect the lead.
And they will get the ball to start the 2nd half. Meanwhile, play clock goes to 0 and a timeout is taken by the Rams. So a lot of interesting stuff. We'll get into it a little bit later too. There's some buzz out there about whether Tom Brady may be done. Now meanwhile, he played great this year, as well as he's ever played. He's 44 years old, but there's a little bit of noise out there, and a little bit later on we're going to show you what we talked to Tom about. We have a panel we'll put up, and what he said the other day I thought was a little interesting and a little mysterious.
A little bit of noise about the guys that are likely to finish 1st and 2nd in the MVP ballot. How weird is that?
Of course, Aaron Rodgers on the other side. With or Aaron down the line. What about Tom? Get into that a little bit later. 3rd down and 5 from the 45-yard line. That is caught right over the middle. Tyler Higbee. He's had a big half. Tyler Higbee with 3 catches now for 43 yards and a 1st down.
Yeah, whether it's the halfback or the tight end running this little halfback option, you come down, you can really go either way you want. And the one thing that Todd Bowles was telling me about this Rams team, he said, you know who really concerns me? I know all their receivers, all their backs, quarterback. He said Tyler Higbee makes more key 1st downs for them than just about anybody.
The Rams have a dozen 1st downs in this half. Sony Michel is now in the game, the running back. Stafford fires. That's going to be collected there by Kupp to the 35-yard line. You know, it's almost always a quarterback will win the MVP award, and it's going to be, you know, either Rodgers or Brady most likely. But boy, you got to look at this guy. If he doesn't wind up in the top 5, I give up. Sensational season.
I mean, and the kicker is what he does blocking. It really is. That to win the triple crown of receiving and block the way that he has all season, remarkable.
2nd and 6. That's fired. That's caught by Beckham. And Odell Beckham picked up from Cleveland after he was released by the Browns. What a godsend that was for this team after they lost Robert Woods to an injury, let Deshaun Jackson go. And OBJ has done the job.
OBJ is one of the great, confident hands catchers I've seen in a long time. You think back to Jerry Rice, you think about Chris Carter, you think about some of those guys. But Beckham, that ball just seems to lock in when it hits his hands.
Under 4 minutes to go in the half. 1st down from the 28. Play clock at 1. Stafford under pressure. Gets away from it. Fires out of bounds. 2nd down. Let's go to Catherine.
Well, Jalen Ramsey couldn't speak highly enough about Odell Beckham Jr. When I talked to him this week. He said his skill set is way above and beyond others that I've seen. He does everything right. He said, I think he's so misunderstood. There's a bad narrative that he may not be a good teammate. That is completely wrong. He is a great teammate, the ultimate competitor, and his impact since he's been here has been special, Al.
And the great thing, too, Catherine, is they didn't have to use any more of their draft picks. Of course, they had next to none to get him. He was a free agent.
I know. I heard the candy wrappers out.
Yes, right. Toss him away. Losing lottery tickets. 2nd and 10. Set up a screen, and Michelle is there, but so is Levante David. This is not me, not on my watch. 3rd and 15.
And that's a painful play right there, because now it sort of knocks you out to the edge of field goal range as well. So one thing I know, though, is that Matthew Stafford is not particularly thinking about field goals right here. He has too many weapons. And if they come out with some of those 3 deep looks, the seam routes may be his choice on this one.
Under 3 minutes, and it looked like Stafford was having trouble getting the call in, compressing his helmet. Calls for a timeout, and we're back in 30 seconds. Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, site of multiple Super Bowls, including last year. That Ram defense getting a rest here as the offense now has a 10-play drive going on a 3rd and 14 coming up here from the 32-yard line.
Nobody throws these crossers better than Stafford. See if he can manipulate this defense.
Nope. Cup in motion. He takes the toss, stays in bounds, breaks a tackle, and clearly sets up a much shorter field goal. Broke away from Sean Murphy bunting to wind up picking up 11 yards, and makes it 4th down and 3.
One thing we know about Cooper Kupp is that he is the yak leader this year. So many of his yards came after the catch, and he did indeed just set up the field goal.
So Brady warms up. Matt Gay will be going to the Pro Bowl this year. Bucs drafted him in 19, lost his job to suck up in 20, winds up with the Rams. He'll go to the Pro Bowl. 40-yard attempt here by Matt Gay is good with 2:19 to play, and the Rams have taken a 17-point lead. The magical season, Kurt Warner, NFC Championship game. The Rams beat the Bucs 11-6 and went on to beat Tennessee. Stan Kroenke owned the team at that point with George Fronteri. He was the minority owner, now the majority owner. Built SoFi Stadium, and he hopes to make sure that he throws a nice party for everybody who comes to LA in 3 weeks, and his own team. Kevin Demoff as well, the CEO of the team, looking on. Got to be pretty happy at this point. Rams looking good, up by 17.
It is someplace. Can't wait to get there for the Super Bowl.
Gay to the 1-yard line. Jalen Darden dancing around, gets stripped at the 15-yard line there. Grant Haley.
Well, Aaron Donald, we all know him, arguably the best player in all of football. So what do? If you're going to block him one-on-one, you better get that sucker out of there fast. If you want to hold it a little bit longer than that, let's put 2 or 3 guys on him on the outside. And so what do? They just take Aaron Donald and say, all right, we're going to put him way out there. Good luck.
Start with Bernard, normally the 3rd down back in the backfield on 1st down here from the 15. Brady under pressure, gets swallowed up at the 7-yard line. Pressure, and there is Donald. We took a look at him. There he was. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. And you're watching the divisional playoffs presented by Intuit TurboTax live. Right now, Tom Brady looking forward to getting something started after that sack by Donald. It's a 2nd down and 17. 2 minutes to the half. Under pressure again, fires downfield, going to be picked off at the 31-yard line. Nick Scott had a big game against Arizona in the wild card the other night, and Brady throws this pick here, and the Rams are in business again. Try to get it to Gronkowski.
It's unbelievable. Even the backups are playing great. Here goes Gronk, going to go out to the corner here. And Nick Scott is a special teams guy. And yet it was a week ago he was making plays like this and knocking the ball down and out. And today he gets one. Amazing. It's so cool sometimes when those special teams guys get a chance and they deliver. And for Tom Brady, not only does he have a headache this half, but the Rams are going to get the ball to start the second half.
Rams minus Jordan Fuller, Taylor Rapp. Two guys who are inactive, the two safeties, so Scott, and then that's part of the reason they brought Weddle back out of retirement. And here they are with a 17-point lead and threatening again from the 31-yard line. First down. Rams have one timeout. Akers plugs his way to the 25-yard line. Cam out of the backfield, 8 carries for 21 yards, 3 catches for 20 yards.
How about the underdog so far this weekend?
Yeah. Davis goes down, flexing the arm. Carlton Davis. Brady trying to figure out that mystery.
Well, I think it's one thing. Let's take a look at Carlton Davis. He is their best cornerback and a really physical guy, but Cam Akers was physical right back to him. Cam Akers has just changed the dynamic a little bit here, and I think that Carlton Davis would agree with that.
Because of that injury in this particular point, timeout is charged to Tampa Bay, so they have 2. Bruce Arians won 2 rings as an assistant at Pittsburgh, a ring last year, but right now his team in jeopardy of not advancing, down by 17 with a minute and a half to go in the half. 2nd and 3. It's fired, caught. That'll be a first down. Pulled in there by Higbee. Tyler Higbee, that's catch number 4. First down.
Yeah, well, that was exactly what McVay was looking to do there, because he does not want to see Tom Brady with the football in his hands again this half. So the Bucs a couple of timeouts to work with here, but it's going to be McVay trying to milk this clock and score.
And that's going to be caught for a first down, or very close to a first, by Jefferson.
And right after Sean Murphy bunting on the outside. So Carlton Davis comes out of the game, and Sean Murphy bunting, who's been dealing with a hamstring injury of his own, and Stafford goes right after him.
Stafford 229 yards, 75% completion rate in the first 2 quarters. Only threw 17 passes. That's all he had to throw against Arizona. Great ground game, built up an early lead, coasted home. Through the middle. Akers stopped by Sue.
It's hard not to think about the 2 penalties, isn't it? The one on Sue, the one on Brady, and the impact that personal fouls have had on this game.
There have been 3 15-yarders. Kupp and Beckham, his guys to go to down here.
Yeah, and it's time now because they've milked this clock.
2nd and goal. Akers still on his feet, gets down to the 1. Ball comes out, but he was down. Play is over. Play over. Clock continues to run down here. Rams have 1 timeout, and
this is a huge call because there was a clear recovery on the other end of it. Was that ball moving?
Ruling on the field is that the runner was down by contact. Los Angeles called their final timeout of the half.
So you got a clear recovery. His head is down, though. 1 head equals 2 feet. Everything equals 2 feet.
We've milked that for all. Let's see if the ball's moving at all before then, though.
Terry McCauley, what are you seeing?
Al, it looks to me like that ball starts to move just before the head touches the ground, making it a fumble and a clear recovery.
I agree. I thought it was moving too.
Of course, no challenges inside 2 minutes, but they're looking at it. The Rams had called a timeout. Winfield came up with it clearly, and the play is under review. Verdict when we come back. We're back. They're still looking at this. This is so close. The ball seems to come out, and now Arians, by clapping, indicates that he knows it's going to be a fumble. It is. That ball starts to come loose just before Akers' helmet hits the ground, and they have overturned the play being dead.
The ball started coming loose in the runner's hands before his helmet hit the ground. There was a clear recovery by the defense. It's Tampa Bay's ball, 1st and 10 at the 1-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 18 seconds. Thank you.
That could have been the kill shot right there if the Rams go in. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay is going to get the ball. The Rams will get the ball to start the second half. If I'm Brady in the locker room, you know what I do to the guys? I say, guys, let me tell you a bedtime story. I was down 28-3 in a game a few years ago.
Sure was. But this is a long way. But so far, we have seen very little sign of life out of this Bucs offense. And maybe it's the lack of receivers or lack of the tackle, whatever it is. But so far, they've got to play better than what they have so far, because it has not been much.
Yeah, you saw that graphic. That speaks to the game we were talking about. Brady will just make sure he gets out of the end zone. And off they go to the locker room. First half, all Rams. Winner to take on San Francisco next week in the NFC Championship game. It's 20-3 with the Rams to get the second half kickoff. Coming up, Toyota halftime, Maria Toney and Chris Sims to tell you what's going on. Gang, yours. 17-point Rams lead, 20-3 at the half. Matthew Stafford now postseason, 431 yards, 4 TDs, no picks, including last week's game against Arizona. For Brady, pressured 10 times in the half, 19 times in week 3 against the Rams. When the Rams won the game in LA by 10, Cooper Kupp, that's the longest postseason TD for the Rams since Isaac Bruce, which turned out to be the game winner at the Super Bowl following the '99 season on a pass from Warner. And Tampa Bay now 30 or more points in 5 straight postseason games, held to a field goal today. And a little bit fortunate it's only 20-3 because of the Rams fumble at the 1-yard line. Al Michaels with Chris Collinsworth, Michelle DeFoya, Catherine Tappan with you. Winner of the game takes on the 49ers next Sunday, either here or in LA. 49ers on the road for that one, and off we go in the third quarter. Rams will get it at the 25, and we get it to Michelle.
Well, Al, Bruce Arians was fairly calm coming out of the locker room, telling me we had poor execution in all 3 phases. We've got to block better for Tom. The receivers have to do their part by getting open, and we've got 30 minutes to get it all fixed. Now to Catherine.
Well, Michelle, Sean McVay told his team, let's finish what we started. Brush aside that turnover that ended the first half. Take care of the football, and defensively keep applying pressure. Make them commit the errors, Al.
Thank you, Catherine. And, of course, McVay had a sparkling, undefeated record when leading at the half up until the 49er game in Week 18, when they lost a 17-point lead. Cam Akers picks up a couple on first down. Whitehead makes the stop there.
And the Buccaneers on defense really have not been putting Stafford in pressure situations, to make pressure throws, to make plays that are championship game kind of throws. You know what I mean? Like, it's been comfortable so far for the Rams. Somehow they have to find a way to get themselves into this game and then force Matthew Stafford to play under some of those kinds of pressures.
He's got a second down and 8 here from the 27-yard line. Kupp is the motion man. Looks that way. Chooses to go downfield, and Beckham is there along the sideline to haul it in. Faked it to Kupp, and then goes to number 3 for a gain of 17.
2 weeks in a row now, they've hit this little wheel route to the outside, and Stafford just a perfect throw. That was a beauty. They had someone deep, they had Kupp underneath, and there's this little soft spot right in there, and Odell found it. Great throw.
Beckham with 5 catches for 59 yards. Stafford thrown for 246. Akers. Nothing. Devin White, first guy to get there.
Well, if you've been watching the Rams all year, you know Cooper Kupp has been the guy. First of all, let's talk about his blocking inside, always at the point of attack and always making blocks just like that one. A decleater, but oh, by the way, the guy's done all right as a receiver as well, and that was the killer blow of the first half. A blown coverage, and Cooper Kupp took full advantage.
For 70 yards. Second down, 13. Up out of the slot, Davis on him. I think that might be whistled dead. Jason Pierre-Paul, who's never played in a losing playoff game. He's 9-0.
I've seen unabated to the quarterback, but that's next level.
Delay of game. Offense. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's still second down.
That's a great job there by Jason Pierre-Paul. Pass rushers watch that clock too, and when he saw it ticking down, he knew he had to snap the football. And so when that thing got to 0, he took off. And as much as anything, he wanted the officials to recognize as well that that play clock was at 0.
Which they did, and sometimes they give him a little extra half second though.
Correct,
so,
great point.
Yep. Second down and 18. That time it worked for him from the 36-yard line. Good protection. Caught up to the 49-yard line. There goes Kupp again. And Cooper Kupp with 115 receiving yards. And Lavonte David is the man who's down for the moment.
Well, we've been talking about the other side and Joe Noteboom, but we should also address the fact this entire offensive line, but in particular Rob Havenstein on the right-hand side of this edge has been facing their top pass rusher in Shaquille Barrett the whole time. But look at the interior 3. There's been nothing around Stafford, and so far when they blitz, Stafford has just eaten it up in this game.
Again, their Papa Bear, Andrew Whitworth at 40 years old, ankle and knee, not here. Hope to have him back next week if the Rams have it next week. And right now looking pretty good, up by 17.
One-on-one down at the bottom of the screen, and I can't imagine Stafford's not going to take his shot.
Downfield he goes, and that's broken up. Devin White is down there to break it up and create a 4th down and a punt.
Nice play here by Devin White. It's going to come drop right back underneath. So they showed the blitz, dropped back out of it. Stafford tried to get it in behind Devin White and just could not.
Johnny Hecker's first punt resulted in a touchback, and this one is beautiful. Skids out of bounds up around the 5-yard line. Brady and Tampa with some work to do. We're in our meeting with Tom Brady the other day, and we said, do you ever think about a perfect ending? And he said, winning the Super Bowl, but I don't know that that's this year. I'd love to end on a Super Bowl. He paused and then said, but I think I'll know when I know, but there's a lot that's inconclusive. Now, there are some switchbacks in that answer. Wouldn't you say? But he hasn't said he's going to come back next year. He hasn't said he hasn't coming back. But you tell me what you think after you see that. And there's a lot of buzz out there right now that this could be it.
A lot of switchbacks.
A lot of switchbacks from the 5-yard line. They'll start this drive here with an 8-yard run with Fournette right there. Of course, Tom has the family. They love it down here. You know, he led the league in touchdown passes, in yardage. He set an NFL record for completions. I mean, he's playing as well as he has in ever. And yet, who knows? You tell me.
Well, and I think part of it is going to be what kind of team can we put together, and let's look at it. Same sort of thing that I think Aaron Rodgers is saying.
2nd and 3. Here's Fournette.
What's your gut?
Well, my gut is I think that Giselle is going to have something to say about this.
You think?
And there she is. His kids have now gotten to the point where they know who Dad is. They've been able to see him. I mean, he's got a million things he can do in life, in the afterlife. But do you walk away? Do you walk away kind of at the top? I mean, he wins a Super Bowl last year. Sets all kinds of. He sets a record every time he throws the ball. Very, very interesting. 3rd down and 3. From the 12, and that is going to be caught, and then it is not held on to by Tyler Johnson, who's having trouble coming up with it today. 4th down and 3.
They just cannot make the big plays on 3rd down. It's been like this all day, a little behind, and last week it was Johnson that Brady was getting on him for gearing it down too much, and they have just missed. But it was that punt by Johnny Hecker, which was one of the most unusual punts I've ever seen, that pinned them back and really set up that defensive stand.
Bradley Pinion with his 4th punt. Brandon Powell sets up near midfield. Powell collects at the 39-yard line. And Powell with a big-time run back. Out of bounds near the 26-yard line. Exactly what the Bucs didn't need.
The one thing you just simply cannot allow to have happen is to let a returner get outside of your defense. And because of what happened there, just such a great run by Powell. He ducks up inside and then bounced all the way out and around. So it is every phase of the football game today that the Rams are winning.
49-yard punt, but a 33-yard run back. And the Rams already in field goal range at the 28-yard line.
We have seen some unusual things out of this Bucs offense. We saw them against the Saints, and they got shut out, and today really struggled.
They lost 9-0. A little swill period in the middle of the season. Stafford throwing to the outside along the sideline right around the 1st down marker, and it's collected there and caught by Blanton, who had the earlier touchdown.
I'll tell you, that's when you know Matthew Stafford is feeling it. You've got a comfortable lead, you don't want to make a big mistake, and he's going to get this deep comeback route into a guy that you know he doesn't typically throw a lot of those passes to, and Kendall Blanton, but he is just feeling it and putting it right on the money.
Throwing to 7 different receivers. Good protection over the middle. Up. Cooper Kupp picks up a few. 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, and Stafford did such a great job in that first matchup between these two teams. But every time they bring any sort of 5-man pressure and try and attack this offensive line, then Stafford's answer is just, I'm going to get the ball out of my hand, just like he did in the first game. He threw it in 2.3 seconds, his fastest of the season. Comes right back in this one. They try to bring pressure. He does the same thing.
Second and 6. Down the sideline. Beckham, does he stay in? He does. Great catch, great balance. Hauls it in. Beats Dean on the play, and it's 1st down and goal.
Yeah, and he caught the fade in the back of the end zone. They come back with a back shoulder off of this one. The guy, I told you he had sticky hands. That time he just had one sticky hand. Look at that. He just caught it with one hand. We've seen that one other time before.
Yes, we have. OBJ, no touchdowns in 6 games with Cleveland, 5 touchdowns in 8 games with the Rams. Akers is the back. Going to move Beckham over to the left side. Play clock at 1. To about the 1-yard line this time. Akers takes it there, 2nd down and goal. Ticking down to 8 minutes to go in the 3rd.
I really like what Sean McVay just did. He has his running back that just fumbled the last time they were in the red zone in Cam Akers. It would have been really easy to put Sony Michel in the game right here. He did not. He knows if he is going to go the distance this season, Cam Akers has to be able to handle this and has to get his confidence back.
And has to have selective amnesia. Give it to him again. Comes up a little bit short. So 3rd down and goal now, halfway through the quarter.
For Matthew Stafford, this was quarterback sneak time in the one last week. He also has Odell one-on-one if he wants him.
Takes it himself. In there for the touchdown. Just as was the case last week. Needed 2 thrusts to get it in against Arizona. Just 1 here. And the Rams are up 26-3 pending the extra point.
Got a little push from behind, which is what we're seeing more and more around the National Football League. The scrums, the assist that time from Tyler Higbee. This has been so impressive on so many different levels by the Rams, but in particular by Matthew Stafford. The pressure of everything. Tom Brady on the road, coming in here, no big mistakes. He's been great.
So time for the moment, it's Raheem Nunez-Roches. Needs a moment. Now look at Bruce Arians. He's got that Rube Goldberg contraption around him with the buttons and the dials. Every time I look at him, I swear he's going in for an EKG.
Now, I try to keep up with you the best I can. Rube Goldberg.
Well, it's a long time ago, but Bruce may need an EKG after this game. Hope not. He's got that Achilles tendon thing that he doesn't want to have surgery on as well. So, not a pleasant afternoon this far for the reigning champions. So what does it mean to be home for the playoffs? Not much for Tennessee, not much for Green Bay, and so far not much for the home team here.
And ordinarily you'd think that where the Rams would be excited not to have to go to Green Bay, but now San Francisco, who's beat them 6 straight.
Right, at least the Rams get them at home. And they do not go to Wisconsin. Ye's point after. 7:07 to go in Tampa. 27-3 Los Angeles. You were a single skulls guy, weren't you?
Yeah, Rube and I.
You, Rube Goldberg and you. Touchback. That's the way it ended here. 31-9. Bucs win. Knock off the Chiefs, win their 2nd ever Super Bowl. But tonight, a completely different story. 27-3 in this divisional playoff game. And Tampa Bay gets something going here. Ramsey is right there to collect Evans after he makes the catch. Evans has now caught 5 for 47, and we go to Michelle.
Well, Josh Wells, who was filling in for Tristan Wirfs at right tackle, went to the x-ray room. He's right now in the tent with a right ankle injury, getting it taped to see if he can go. In the meantime, first-year player Nick Leverett is in there. He's had 60 offensive snaps, all at left guard. He's trying to help out in the interim, Al.
All right, Michelle. So Nick is from Rice, was a free agent signed last year. 6.5 to go in the 3rd. It's 2nd down and 5. Brady throws, and that's going to be caught for a first down. O.J. Howard, his first catch of the day.
Not too bad on that first one by Nick Leverett. He had a stunt. They came right after him, tried to do something a little fancy with him, and he held up just fine.
Brady under 50%, 12 of 25 for 124 yards. So he's averaging a little less than 5 yards per pass attempt. Here come the Rams. Pressure is on. He comes this way, throws. And that's Scotty Miller making the catch, for Williams right there to tackle him.
All right, let's take a look at our next gen stats powered by AWS. Tom Brady under pressure in this one. 1 for 6, 29 yards, interception, sacked once. It has not been good, and there is the interception on the back end and one bloody lip to go along with it. So the pressure has been a major part of the story.
And a 15-yard penalty to boot on top of that, 2nd and 12. Pressure on again. Brady steps up, fires, has the open man. It's Gronkowski, and Gronk takes it to the 23. Weddle finally makes the tackle, but Brady, with great presence in that pocket, steps up, and it's a gain of 42 yards.
Once again, you're going to see Aaron Donald coming right down the pike here, and Brady with a beautiful step up and able to get to Gronk down the field on one of those little wheel routes that we saw earlier to Odell Beckham. And that's the kind of explosive play we just have not seen the Bucs get in either game against this Rams defense.
Gronk's second catch of the game. Play action over the middle and sliding down. That's Evans. Williams comes in and says no, and so do the officials. Ramsey that time from that what they call the star spot came in to put the heat on.
Well, Aaron Donald already got a sack on a pick tough, which is basically come in, bang off one of these receiver or offensive linemen, and then go get the quarterback. He is going sideways. He is going vertically. He has been a headache for Tom Brady.
To the outside. Has his man. Evans again moves the sticks. Long with the coverage on the play, first down at the 12.
Got to know how frustrating it has to be for Byron Leftwich as a play caller to look around and not have all the guys, right? I mean, Antonio Brown was a huge part of what this team did going to the Super Bowl last year. Chris Godwin got hurt in the Saints game, and it's sort of limited now down to a couple of players in Gronk and Mike Evans.
Shot Perriman and another guy who's hurt and inactive today. First down, Brady dancing around. Look out from behind. Gets hit from behind, and the pass falls incomplete. Second and 10.
And it's just a coverage situation again. Obo Okoronkwo is going to come all the way around the backside and had enough time to come chase Brady down after the fact. So here he is all the way. He's completely blocked, right? No worries. And then here he comes back.
Fournette and Aaron Donald said, no way, man. Third and long.
I don't know what else to say about the guy. I think he's the best player in football. Across the board, you see it game after game, time after time. They have so many blocking schemes to try and come up with something that's an answer. And because of the fact that now Leonard Floyd's played so well on the edge, but the pickup of Von Miller has given them balance on the outside. And so now what do you do if you try and slide everything to Aaron Donald? Those guys are beating you off the edge.
Third and 11. Brady under pressure again. Hit as he throws. That pass is incomplete. Tremendous heat all day long by that Ram defense. We were talking to Von Miller the other day about Donald. He says, hey, I just give him space. Give him room.
Get out of his way. But again, it was the edge rushers that forced him up into Donald, and I think they're going to kick a field goal here.
Well,
I get a 3-score game, I guess.
Well, right now, it's 3 touchdowns and 3 extra and 3 two-point conversions. And then what do you do? 31-yard attempt here.
I'll go for it.
I would too, but it's 27-6. Like Brady says, you know, I was down 28-3. I know what that's like. I'm only down by 21 right now. 3 minutes to the end of the third. .302 left in the third. 27-6 after the field goal. And that one skids again out of bounds, and that's another 15 yards extra. Second time that Pinion has bounced one on a kickoff out of bounds before it gets to the goal line.
By the kicking team, the ball would be placed at the 40-yard line. First down, Los Angeles.
Most games with a TD pass in one season, counting postseason. Take a look at this lineup. You had Dan Marino back in '84, Kurt Warner in '99, Warner again with the Cardinals in '08. Peyton Manning did it with Denver. Matt Ryan did it with Atlanta in '16. Brady did it last year, and Matthew Stafford this season has a chance to break a tie with all those guys. Of course, he had the elongated season, and the way it looks, he'll be playing next Sunday against San Francisco. Start from the 40-yard line. Rolling, loves that play. Kupp, he loses the ball, and that's exactly what Tampa needed here. He fumbles it. Murphy Bunting has it. Still on his feet, and finally gets corralled at the 30-yard line by Cam Akers. Jamil Dean extracted it from Kupp's grasp, and Tampa Bay with some life.
This place just woke up. The entire crowd now is thinking about exactly what you said earlier, Al. That Super Bowl, the comeback, if there's anybody capable, if there's any possibility, you're looking at number 12.
And if they can get into the end zone, turn it into a two-score game, who knows? Ball at the 30-yard line. Can that offensive line step up? The Rams providing heat all game long. And again, he's under pressure, but throwing deep, and it's incomplete. Gronkowski is well covered on the play. Second down and 10.
So Josh Wells on the outside, back in the game, replacing Tristan Wirfs, but you're going to see he does not look too strong on that leg right now, and they are going to be coming after him. You can see him holding it up after the play. That is a problem. They're going to have to leave help on that side on every snap, and if they don't, look out.
Normally Floyd's on him. Now Donald moves over. Brady, a little pump fake. Now Gronkowski looking for room. Can't find very much. Gets inside the 30 by a yard or so. Miller makes the tackle. It'll be third down and 9 for the Buccaneers.
And that's what it does. It just shrinks your offense, right? I mean, defensively, you know when you have somebody. You know when they have a problem in protection. So everybody on the defensive side is over there yelling, watch the screen, watch the draw, watch the quick, whatever. I mean, that's what this offense has really been reduced to because of some protection issues.
Evans wide to the right. Brady looks over the middle, fires low, intended for Gronkowski. Covered by Darius Williams, and now it's fourth down and 9 with a minute and 58.
Well, you got it to 21 points. Now it is time to go for it on fourth down. Totally agree with this, too. But in the past, it was always so easy. There were so many choices down the field. Now you think Gronkowski, you just wonder, is this a time that a Scotty Miller or somebody else, a Cameron Brate, could step up and make a play for this team?
Have to get to the 20, fourth down and 9. Brady fires, and it's pulled in at the 15-yard line. Great call on that, Chris. Scotty Miller is the guy. Had a big catch in the championship game last year at Green Bay. Comes up big time here on a fourth down.
Well, two different things here. You've got Gronkowski that's going to help on Donald, who's on the outside, not leaving those tackles one-on-one, which is going to allow Scotty Miller the one-on-one for the deep drive route down the field. So good combination right there. Nice job by Byron Leftwich.
Alabama!
Miller in motion. Pass to the outside. Hold in inside the 10-yard line. Tyler Johnson making it 2nd down and 7. Put the ball at the 10 with a minute to go in the period.
It's the one thing about Scotty Miller that he does bring is that great element of speed. Of course, we all remember the championship game in Green Bay a season ago. But he, at least as a defensive back, gets your attention. You do not, in this situation, want to give up anything down the field, so they play off and able to make the play underneath.
You just saw the most concerned look on Sean McVay's face we've seen today. 2nd down and 7. Brady. It's going to be caught. That is Johnson to the 1-yard line. So Tyler Johnson steps up a 1st down and goal in the waning seconds of the quarter. And he is down. So the clock stops on the injury here with 19 seconds.
I really love the strategy here by Tom Brady. It's like, okay, they're playing Evans, they're playing Gronk. These other guys have to be given an opportunity. They're getting the one-on-ones. I have to just count on the fact they can make plays, and so far they have on this drive.
Talked about the guys they're missing. They also signed John Smoke Brown, who's been around a long time, but he's only been for a couple of plays today. Has not been targeted. Still working here on Tyler Johnson. Now he gets up, has to come out for at least one play. They'll wind the clock, and it'll be 1st and goal.
Well, that's the problem. John Brown's been here for 10 days. There's no way he knows anything about this no-huddle offense, which is what they're going to be in now.
3 tight ends, including one in the backfield here. Fournette. He's in there. Will turn it into a 2-possession lead. Fournette has now scored a touchdown in each of his last 7 postseason games. 7 for 7.
And when you get 240 pounds a man coming downhill, you better have something other than a defensive back coming up to hit him. Williams no match there, but now a little of that pressure on this Rams team that they really have not faced so far in this game.
The Rams team that lost a 17-0 lead to San Francisco in Week 18, which cost them a game at home, which would have been this game. Extra point is good. The Cup fumble of all things. Converted on a 4th and 9. Into the end zone goes Fournette. 27-13.
Big play.
In a couple of weeks, it's the 2022 Pro Bowl presented by Verizon. Sunday, February the 6th, 3 Eastern time from Las Vegas. Catch it on ABC, ESPN, and ESPN Deportes. So all of a sudden, it's 27-13. This is one of those don't touch your dial games at this point. And I know you won't. So, consecutive games with a TD. Take a look at that list. Sermon Thomas, 9 straight. Emmitt Smith, 8 straight. Fournette just went in to make it 7 to join Terrell Davis, Marcus Allen, John Riggins. Nice company.
Now it's different.
Crowd completely back into it. Rams begin the drive from the 25.
You have to keep playing offense. You cannot just sit on this lead.
Akers, nothing. And that should take us to the end of the 3rd, and it will, with the score 27-13. Rams on top by 14. You're watching the divisional playoffs presented by Intuit TurboTax live. Repeat Super Bowl champions, back-to-back Super Bowls 1 and 2. The Packers did it with Lombardi. The Dolphins had a perfect season there when they did it. Steelers did it twice in the 70s. 49ers did it 88-89. Cowboys with Aikman and Jimmy Johnson and Emmitt Smith. 92-93. Broncos, Elway, Shanahan. Patriots 03-04. Belichick and Brady a long time ago. 17 years. Brady trying to do it again. 2-score game. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Tafoya, Catherine Tappan. Start the fourth. 2nd down and 10 for LA.
Winfield off the edge. They're going to start blitzing.
Here they come. Stafford hangs in there. Fires downfield too high. Incomplete. Tyler Higbee there. Well covered. 3rd down and 10.
Here they come. This time it's Devin White going to come in and try and bang around. That 1st down run play went nowhere, and now you've opened up the entire playbook for Todd Bowles. And if you go 3 and out here, it is game on.
Sonny Michel now in the backfield. A little stunt up front. That pass is behind and incomplete for Higbee. So that's a very rapid 3 and out. Murphy Bunting covering on the play, and Johnny Hecker comes in.
And all of 9 seconds go off the clock in the 4th quarter. And now even Jason Pierre-Paul, who was struggling early, starting to wake up here on the edge. That crowd noise that time forcing Noteboom to look back to the inside. JPP got a jump.
Hecker's kick. Jalen Darden from the 25. Down he goes at the 29-yard line in a heap. And Skoranek makes the stop. So in the late afternoon, they work on Darden. Took a hard hit there after a run back of 5 yards. Skoranek, a big boy at 6'3" and 224. And Darden still down. So Darden walked off under his own power. Now Brady starts from the 30-yard line. Look out from behind. Ball is out. Strip sack there by Von Miller. And the Rams have it. So this crowd was electric. And all of a sudden, one play, here comes Miller. Again, the Rams giving up all those draft choices to get Stafford, to get Miller for moments and games like this.
So they have 3 tight ends in the game to help on the right side of the offensive line, leaving Donovan Smith one-on-one on the other side against Von Miller, and he cannot hold up. You can help on one side. It is really hard to help on the other, and what a difference Von Miller has made to this football team. Came over with that sprained ankle, but healthy now, and look out, everybody else left in the playoffs.
Thought he'd be a Bronco for life. He wasn't. He was shocked at the trade, but happy about it. Told us the other day, he said, I want to finish my career in LA. Number 2 overall pick in the draft 10 years ago behind Cam Newton. So the Rams get that big break back, and then they have a snap over the head of Stafford, and the Bucs are going to pick it up. JPP at the 46-yard line of the Rams. So Allen snaps it way over Stafford's head. Rams get a takeaway. Bucs going to take away right back.
Stafford had no idea this ball was coming. He's looking to the right, and there it goes right by his head. The crowd noise, despite the fact that they had just blown it on their own, and they give it right back. If the Rams somehow give this game away, it will be an unbelievable sequence of errors that have kept the Bucs in this game.
Well, you had Akers fumbling at the one before the half. You had Cup, who had 172 touches this year, who didn't have a fumble all season, and then he coughed it up. And now you got this. That's a 30-yard swing. Brady back in business. Crowd back in business. Fired. Gronk makes the catch. 13-yard gain on the first down. Scott makes the tackle.
And when all else fails, find number 87. And here we go. They're going to try and pick up the pace, but you just wonder with who they have in the game now after some of these injuries, how comfortable they are going into the 2-minute. And they have to leave Gronk over there to help on the protection.
To the outside, finds the open man. It's Fournette. Nice little gain there. Forced out by Leonard Floyd after a 6-yard pickup at 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, it's only taken 3 quarters for me to see the kind of offense I thought, but I thought we would see a great combination between Gronk and getting the ball in space to Leonard Fournette because of his size and ability to break tackles.
Each of those guys have 4 catches. Evans has 6 catches. 2nd down and 5.
Staying 3 tight ends.
Brady protected well this time. Throws, and that's incomplete. Broken up at the last second by Scott. Intended for a Gronkowski. 3rd down and 5. That would have brought the house down.
Nick Scott is having an unbelievable day. He's right in front of you. Number 33. Watch this play. Got the interception against Gronk earlier and knocks this one out. This is back-to-back weeks now that Nick Scott has been fantastic.
Played mainly on special teams. Spot starter during the season due to injuries to others. Having a night. 3rd down and 5. Brady under pressure again and swallowed up back at the 37-yard line. So look downfield. Couldn't get it away. Leonard Floyd is there. And that's a 10-yard sack.
You want to see why it's tough to beat the Rams? Von Miller is going to go first. He's going to get to Brady. Let's take a look on the other side. Leonard Floyd, bull rush. He's going to get to Brady. I'll bet you Aaron Donald's somewhere in there too. A little spin move. He's going to get to Brady.
Well, so now it's 4th and 14. They have to get to the 22-yard line. Brady stayed down for a moment. Need 14 here on 4th down. 4-man rush. Very good protection. Deep downfield. Broken up. But a flag. Evans is there. Ramsey and his mates pleading their case with a flag down.
It's a personal foul. It's not interference. It's a...
If the flag came out after the play, the Rams would keep the ball. That's the discussion going on right now.
Eric Weddle had a hit after the ball went by.
But if it's a post play, if it's after the play, when the flag comes in, so there's no interference called here. Now you got that.
And it's a helmet to helmet.
Right. Let's bring Terry in. Terry, your analysis right here.
Yeah, Al, the ball's on the ground when the hit occurs. So the play's over. It's a dead ball foul. They didn't make the line to gain. It should be a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, and it's the Rams football.
Wow.
So the discussion goes on right now. It was a 4th and 14 on that play.
There was a personal foul, unnecessary hit by the defense. However, by rule, this action is considered a dead ball foul, which means it happened after the play was over. Therefore, it's a turnover on downs because the offense did not reach the line to gain. 15 yards will be added to the previous spot. It's a 1st down for Los Angeles. Correction, 15 yards will be taken backward. It's 1st and 10 for Los Angeles.
Still Rams ball after all of that with 12:22 to go in regulation. Still 27-13. Nights before the Super Bowl, the NFL's brightest stars to be recognized. Tune into NFL Honors Thursday, Feb 10, 9 Eastern on ABC, ESPN Plus, NFL Network. Let's look at the home of the Tampa Bay Lightning, reigning Stanley Cup champions. Here we are in the home of the reigning Super Bowl champions after that crazy play. Rams have it at the 22-yard line, 1st down. Here goes Akers, picked up 3 to the 25. Back to the play we go, Chris.
Unbelievable in that the ball hit the ground a fraction of a second before the hit by Weddle. If not, it would have still been Bucs football. Watch this. Ball on the ground and then the hit. If it happens, anything else other than Evans knocking that ball straight to the ground, if somehow it had been kicked up in the air, the Bucs would still have the football here.
Fraction of a second. 2nd down and 7. Give it to Jefferson on a slot back around, and a big play for him out past the 40-yard line to the 42. Goes Van Jefferson. His first carry, gain of 15.
Vita Vea thought he had one here. He's going to come right in after Akers and just didn't see Jefferson running just the opposite way. That was a nice call that time by Sean McVay. A little misdirection for a defense that's trying to fly around and make some plays.
Rams up at the 40-yard line. Early in the quarter, but still slowing down the pace. They have a 14-point lead. Taking the play clock all the way down here. Gain of about 2 or 3. Akers again, so heavy workload for Akers. He's carried 17 times, but for only 33 yards against the potent Bucs rush defense.
Yeah, I mean, you're really in a hard spot here if you're Sean McVay. You want this clock to keep running, but the Bucs are a really hard team to run the football against, and you've been moving it through the air. It's just been the fumbles and the mistakes that have been beating you as much as the Buccaneers secondary.
That would cost them the game if it winds up a Tampa Bay win. 2nd down and 7. Play clock at 2. Bleed it all the way down. Akers, another first down. That's exactly what McVay is looking for. Keep it on the ground. Keep the sticks moving. Take as much time off the clock as you can. Going under 10 minutes now.
It's a good run by Akers, the cutback. But once again now, this is where this Bucs defensive line has to dominate. I mean, they have to hold up against the run. You cannot let the Rams go down the field running the football here. So whatever that takes, and if Todd Bowles has to bring pressure to stop the run, he will. But you would think this Buccaneers defensive line could hold up here in this situation. They have to.
Again, the play clock right down to the nub. Stafford throws to the outside. Jefferson wants to stay in bounds. Does. And turns it into a big gain to the 30-yard line. It's away from Sean Murphy Bunting.
Sometimes it's the third guy that ends up being the hero of games, right? So everybody's looking for the run now, and they go to the backside with that bootleg, and what a play by Jefferson to keep in bounds and pick up that first down. Keep playing on offense. Just keep playing. That's what you have to do. This is too close.
Akers, nope, can't get out of the backfield this time. Broken up. Raheem Nunez-Roches busted through. 2nd down, 13 after a loss of 3.
In field goal range now, so certainly that becomes a factor, but when runs start going backwards, that becomes a factor too.
Tough moving. Akers slips back, takes it down to the 32-yard line. And for the Bucs defense, a big play here. 3rd down and 11. Under 8 to go. Right now you're looking at a field goal of about 51 yards if they don't gain a yard on this next play.
I think you'll see Todd Bowles take a chance here and try to come after him and knock him out of field goal range.
Yeah, because a field goal turns it into a 3-possession game.
McVay may not give him that chance and just run it.
Heavy flow retro!
play clock at 1, and did they get it off is the question. The Rams took a timeout, so they took it all the way down, and McVay says, let's take a timeout here before third and 11.
And they had to, because both guys were still moving. That would have been a 5-yard penalty.
Bruce Arians wrapping up his 3rd year here again. 49ers waiting. Will they come to Tampa, go cross country, or just a 50-minute flight down the coast to Los Angeles next week? Sean McVay, he's already been to a Super Bowl in his 5th season. After 10 straight losing years with the Rams, they hired him. 5 straight winning seasons. Got to the Super Bowl, but lost to New England in 18. 3rd down and 11 now. Keep it on the ground. Take it to the 29. So exactly what you said, Chris. McVay not giving them the chance to take them out of field goal range. Clock will go under 7 minutes. And here comes Gay, who will be going to the Pro Bowl to try to turn it into a 3-possession lead.
Yeah, and we saw him before the game sort of buckle under a little bit on one of those kicks, but he really has looked fine since.
So the one-time Tampa Bay Buck comes home to try to put 3 very big points on the board here from 47. Becker holds it. Gay's kick is no good. Well, it stays a 14-point game. Hold was good. Kick was not. A little short. And it's still 27-13.
Out on the streets, that's where
Dream, baby, dream. Come open up your heart. Come on and open up your heart. Come on and open up your heart. Come on, dream, baby, dream.
Little prelude to the Super Bowl 3 weeks from tonight. Don't even have to check your local listings. It's right here on NBC. Start here now. Fournette has room. Close to a first down. They're going to spot it about a yard shy. Clock rolling, 6:20 and counting down in the 4th.
All comes down to protection. You can only run those screen passes so many times. Sooner or later, you've got to get Gronk out of that blocking position and get him in the routes. He's been your best target.
Brady to the outside, going down to make the grab there is Mike Evans. And that's a first down. Evans has now caught 7. Leftwich sending in the play. Brady, too high, flag though. Williams says, I can't believe it. And Mike Evans was there being held up on the play. And McVay will argue that.
Pass interference. Defense number 11. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
Yeah, and that didn't take long. Jalen Ramsey said, that's the end of that. I'm flipping sides of the field, and I'm going over and taking Evans. Now, it does create some interesting matchups on the other side. Scotty Miller can fly, and now he will have Darius Williams over him.
That's him at the bottom of the screen right there. That was a 16-yard penalty. Look out from behind. Brady jostled as he throws, and the pass is incomplete. They get to him again. Pass falls into vacant territory. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, this time Obo Okoronkwo is going to come around against Donovan Smith. Donovan Smith has to hold up, period. He has to hold up because they have to help on the other side. But they tried the double move that time by Scotty Miller against Darius Williams on the outside, and they just did not have a chance to get the throw off.
Brady on 2nd and 10. Fournette trying to find some blocking. Stays on his feet. Gets inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 3rd down and 6.
You know, Gronk is that big body. If you can flex him out, sometimes even when he's covered, he's not covered. Unfortunately for them, they need him inside to kind of help. And now Aaron Donald on the edge.
Rams put pressure on. And great tackle is made that time by David Long Jr. Had a pick 6 the other night against Arizona. He's really come on. And it's 4th down. So 4th and 10. Do you want to try to kick a field goal and make it an 11-point game? Or go for it? They're going for it.
Guess it doesn't matter what I think.
Nah. Neither of us. 4th and 9. Can Brady keep this drive going? Great protection, but he can't find the open man. Cameron Brate was the closest to it, and the Rams will take over.
For the first time, maybe in this entire game, Tom Brady had all the time he needed. A zone defense, plenty of opportunity to work in there, and he just simply could not do it. I think he had Scotty Miller open for the first down in behind that throw. So it was Brate on the first level, and it looked like Miller in behind was by himself. Let's take a look. Right in behind that, wide open, and it wasn't that far outside the field of vision for Tom Brady.
But he goes to Brate, and the Rams take over at the 31, and Tampa Bay has all of its timeouts. Chew up the clock. That's a good way to start. Akers at a 5-yard gain. Goldston makes the tackle, and Tampa Bay has to take a timeout there first.
Simply do not know what you do with that guy, because if you take too many assets to block him, we've seen what Von Miller can do, and we've seen what Leonard Floyd can do.
Second and 6. Akers stop. Line of scrimmage. Take another timeout here. 3rd down. The old Ringo Starr song. It don't come easy, right?
Nothing.
The Rams looked like they were going to rout him. Here comes Tampa Bay. They've had every opportunity, and the Rams are equal to the task, at least in the last series.
Well, you go back to right before the half, the Cam Akers fumble, really, or that would have been a blowout at halftime. And then Cooper Kupp with one coming back the other way, and then it was just a series of mistakes. And yet for the Rams, they felt the pressure in this one, and yet they somehow hung in on the defensive side as much as anything else. This defense is very, very dangerous going forward.
Yeah, the offense carried them early in the game. Defense here. They were the #1 defense in the league. Last year, they led to Brandon Staley getting the Charger job. This year, they were middle of the pack in most categories. 3rd down and 7. Stafford has to flip it out to the side here. That's Sony Michel, and he's taken down there by Antoine Winfield. So that defense does its job, and Tampa Bay uses its final timeout. They can stop it once more, or will stop it at the 2-minute warning. So 3 weeks from today, Los Angeles, Super Bowl 56 on NBC and Peacock. Coverage will start. All the pregame activities and festivities at noon Eastern time. And the game at about 6:30 Eastern time.
Well, we saw a block punt yesterday turn a football game in Green Bay.
Giovanni Bernard is going to have a chance to run the kickback. Hecker, one of the best in the league for years. Bernard collects at the 21 and gets tackled immediately right there. Ben Skoranek is down there again for a special teams tackle. So 3:56 for Tom Brady and company.
Remember at the very start of the show, we talked about how Tom had to throw it 55 times in that first game? He's at 50. It's not the game plan they wanted, and give the Rams credit that defensively they were able to hold up in the run game enough to turn this game over to their pass rushers.
From the 23-yard line. Miller goes wide left. Evans wide to the right. Brady stepping up. Great feel in that pocket. And that pass is Miller right there. Darius Williams on the coverage. But they go to Miller for the first down on a gain of 21.
Stay with it. Scotty Miller has been the hot hand. He's the dangerous guy. He's the deep threat.
Brady flips it out here. Fournette. Tackle there by Howard. Gain of 3. Clock keeps rolling at 3.5. It's 2nd down and 7.
Miller was open about 15 yards down the field.
Miller this time wide to the left. Brady looking the other way. Brady going deep down the right sideline for Evans. He makes the catch. He's in for the score. Covered by Ramsey, but he got free, and Brady put it right on the money for 55 yards. "36 seconds to go 77 yards.
Unbelievable. They rolled the defense to Scotty Miller and left Evans one-on-one.
Evans, 8 catches now into triple figures. Suck up to try to make it a 7-point game, which he does with 3:20 remaining. Why are we surprised?
I don't know. They're going to roll the coverage over the top, and on the other side, Mike Evans is going to be one-on-one against Jalen Ramsey. Brady saw that defense roll that way, and he said, I'm coming right back to my guy. This is best against best. This is Evans against Ramsey. And it is Evans who has made it a game. It's amazing. Gronkowski is helping against Von Miller on the edge. Donovan Smith on the other side, no problem. Brady on that drive had some time, and they trusted their defensive back, Jalen Ramsey, to hold up one-on-one because Scotty Miller was giving them problems.
Who could have guessed after that first half, Brady's now thrown for more yards than has Stafford. They reach over 300.
Oh, wow.
The Rams now from the 2-yard line. Powell brings it back out to the 20. Now the Rams can lead that clock here because Tampa Bay does not have a timeout. It will always stop at the 2-minute warning.
You have to play offense.
You do?
You have to play offense here. I know it's scary. I know it's Tom Brady on the other side. You have to play offense here. You cannot assume you're going to be able to run this ball for a first down.
Rams rushing, averaging less than 3 yards per rush, throwing away the Van Jefferson slot back around, which went for 15. Crowd, full throat. Akers picks up about 3.5.
So basically, if you don't pick up this first down, but you bleed the clock down to the 2-minute warning, you're still giving Tom Brady the ball with 2 minutes to go, and your defense reeling a bit.
Well, they can run this one clearly at a point where no matter what happens, they take it to the 2-minute warning. They'd still have another play to run. And you give it to Brady with maybe a minute and 20. 2nd down and 7. Akers. Oh, he lost the ball! And the Buccaneers come up with it at the 30-yard line. And Ndamukong Suh, he knocked it loose. They're going wild.
The faith that they showed in Cam Akers, the trust that they showed in Cam Akers, despite the fumble in the first half, comes back to bite them. And Ndamukong Suh, as he's done throughout the course of his career, remarkably comes up with the play of the day.
Suh extracted it. David with the recovery, 4 fumbles, all recovered by the opposition. From the 30.
Remember when this game was 27-3?
Do I? It was 27-3, and then he had the Akers fumble at the 1-yard line, which could have been the kill shot. Brady to the outside, caught. And then Howard is there to ride Fournette out of, well, he didn't ride him out of bounds because the clock keeps rolling. But Tampa Bay has plenty of time in this position right now. It's 2nd down. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, and you really don't want, if you could score the touchdown, to give the Rams any time.
So they'll take it down, and they don't get the snap off.
I think that's the right strategy anyway.
I do too. Surprised they were trying to snap it before the 2. 2-minute warning. You're watching the divisional playoffs. Back we come. 2 minutes to go. 2nd down and 5 for Brady and company from the 25-yard line. Fournette to the 21. Obviously, you're in 4-down situation right here. 3rd down and 1 upcoming. Brady gets him to the line in a hurry. Out of the gun. Fournette again. That's a 1st down. Takes it to the 18. Clock rolling down to 1.5 minutes. Donald makes the tackle.
Tom Brady's so amazingly comfortable in this situation. And now who is the next one to step up?
From the 18-yard line, Brady to the outside, and then falling down was Evans. He was there. Ramsey was on him. Couldn't keep his footing. 2nd down and 10 with 1:15.
Always so dangerous when a wide receiver slips. Ramsey playing off and inside. That time the Rams going with alert coverage, dropping a safety down into the middle of the field. That's how the Saints have played the Bucs successfully in the past, trying to take away those middle of the field throws in these kind of situations.
Rush 5. Brady, and that's broken up. Evans was there. Double covered Ramsey in that coverage. 3rd down and 10 with 1:10.
Get in that slot, and you've got your big receiver and the touchdown machine and Mike Evans. 14 on the year. Had a shot at that one.
Evans to the left, Miller to the right. Brady in the slot. Brady looks over the middle. That's caught. Great makes the grab. Under a minute. Put the ball down. Remember, the ref has to touch it. You know that after last week. Ball at the 8-yard line. First at it's just a little short of the line, so it's going to be 4th down. They put it down a little short. Now all of a sudden,
I think they're going to take a timeout.
The Rams they may take another look
Before
at that
the snap,
on top of it.
Timeout by Los Angeles. Ruling on the field of the previous play was that the runner was short of the line to gain. It's a 4th down. This is LA's 2nd timeout, and it's a 30-second timeout.
Interesting, though. Will it give the officials now a shot to look at that play, and maybe it will be a 1st down?
No question. Where's the forward progress here? You see the stick on the other side. The knee goes down at the 8, right about that spot. The official sticks are on the other side from what you're seeing. How close is this?
I think it's, let's take a look again. Boy, it is really close. It's in a better spot than where it is on the field right now. They basically have it on the 9 or at least 8 3/4.
You're right. Closer. They have it closer to the 9 is where they put it down. There's where it would end. It would stop just a little short of the 8-yard line. I mean, you can't be any closer than this. Terry, what are you seeing?
Yeah, Al, I don't think we see anything clear and obvious that he made the 8-yard line, which is the line to gain. They may be able to move it a little closer, as you guys said, but they can't change it to a first down based on the looks we've seen.
Right, so they're right now almost a full yard shy is where they put the ball. They could move it maybe a little bit closer.
But it really impacts the strategy here because you have to focus on picking up the first down first with a quarterback sneak or a run, hustle back out of that, and get your offense going again. So not being a first down is significant.
Crowd, of course, as they always do, looking at it with their hearts and not their eyes, and they think it's a first down.
I think you get Tom Brady with a quarterback sneak right here and hustling everybody back to the line of scrimmage. He has been so good in his career converting those sneaks in key situations.
Of all things, at the age of 44, he rushed for 81 yards this year, his most on the ground in 10 years.
But it is significant in where they mark that ball. So every inch counts here as Brady will try to pick it up with a sneak. I mean, if you gain even a half a yard forward, that's significant here.
Every inch, every millimeter right at this point. This is the ball game here if it's fourth down. And getting the word that it's going to stand as fourth down. Not enough, as Terry said, not enough to overrule it. Here's Hockley.
Ruling on the field, stands as called. The runner is short of the line to gain. It's fourth down.
And you saw Bruce Arians go, look, it was like 3 inches at most, and it is more than 3 inches right now. Oh, they do move it up a little bit.
Yep, they do.
They moved it up about a foot, and that is going to make it much easier for Brady on this if it is a sneak.
Here we go.
Look at the pile of players in there to try and stop this sneak.
Can they keep it alive? Brady's going to hand it off. It's Fournette. He's going to take it to the end zone. Nine yards. This is officially lunacy. And now, crowd wants to quiet down for a second because Suckup needs to make the extra point. Pinion puts it down. 27-27.
Unbelievable.
Rams get it, 42 seconds. They do have a timeout.
So they crash everybody inside, and Reeder is going to come flying through with a one-on-one opportunity to tackle Fournette. He misses that tackle, and look what we have now. It's a great run by Fournette. It really was.
You think Brady gave that talk at halftime? Hey, boys, it was down 28-3. This is nothing. Score by quarters right there. 20-3 at the half. The Rams had a great chance to make it 27-3. Fumbled at the 1. 14 points here in the fourth quarter for Tampa Bay. Now you've got Pinion to kick off. Brandon Powell stands back in the end zone. Lets it go. to the 25. A little recap of the game. Man, oh man, where do you start with this? Stafford, his numbers had a great first half. Built up that big lead. Brady, not a good first half. Second half, a different story completely. Rams with 4 lost fumbles. They lose this game in self-immolation. Evans with 8 catches for 119. And Fournette, a touchdown today, 2 today, and of course the big one just now to send it to maybe to OT. We'll see. One timeout.
Rams had to burn that timeout. It may show up.
Stafford.
Oh, he fumbled.
He couldn't have fumbled again, but he did. But he holds on to it. Jason Pierre-Paul is right there. He almost came up with it.
And JPP, the other one in there, did recover it regardless. Remember we were talking about the Bucs were never able to put the Rams under pressure? They're under pressure now.
Major.
You have a field goal kicker that was just short from 47 yards.
Rams just had to take a timeout, so they're out of them right now. 2nd and 11.
See if we can get a drive starter going.
Stafford. Deep downfield. He's got Kupp. He's got to get out of bounds, and he is able to do that. Gain of 20, so he goes to Cooper Kupp, who finds the sideline. That stops the clock with 28 ticks.
It's the quick twitch motion at the top of this route. Watch what happens. Kupp with a little double, triple move, drops the defender to the ground, and he does get out.
Stafford, deep downfield. He's got Kupp again. He's at the 10. Stafford says, let's get down there. We got to clock it. We got to get the field goal. Clock running down. They have time. Rams getting set. Getting ready for Matt Gay to come in. He spikes it there, and Matt Gay will come in and try to win the game. In the game, the Rams tried every which way to lose.
So they go with the slot blitz, which means your safety on the back end, Antoine Winfield, has to cover Cooper Kupp, the Triple Crown winner of receivers, one-on-one down the field, and Stafford finds him and hits him.
As I said before, if Cooper Kupp doesn't wind up in the top 5 of the MVP balloting, it's a crime. 30 yards to win the game. Matt Gay boots it through, and the Rams, by the hair of their skinny teeth,
Al,
wind up winning it.
3 games so far, a walk-off field goal.
Yes.
All 3.
Yes. Cooper Kupp, 2 gigantic plays. 4 turnovers by the Rams, and Stafford almost gave it away on this drive. Kupp 186 receiving yards. Stafford threw for 369. And off they go to home where they meet the 49ers next Sunday.
I tell you, it reminds me so much of Tom Brady's first Super Bowl. You know, he got the ball back. All the momentum had shifted the other way. People thought they should have taken a knee. In the same way here, though, Sean McVay found the drive starter, got it going, hit the shot down the field. What an unbelievable moment for these Rams, who tried so hard to give this one away.
The highlights, the tons of highlights. Stafford to Kupp. Looks downfield. Kupp beats his man. Off he goes. Enough time to get down there. Spike it. Gay, the one-time Buck, drafted by them in 19, lost his job to Ryan Suckup. Comes back, wins it. Aaron Donald on to the NFC Championship game at home. next week. And for Sean McVay, another winning season. That's 5 in a row. Another trip to the playoffs against the 49ers, who've been their kryptonite in recent years. But to be determined for Bruce Arians. That's the way it ends after a sensational comeback. Dramatic. Storybook. Coming up next, divisional playoff postgame show after these messages from your NBC station.